are in Lima, the capital of Peru.
When I think about yesterday, my oh my.
Now, before I came here, I had so many questions about this place, where we are going to stay, how is going to be the safety issue, if it's going to be internet connection, if it's suitable for digital nomads, if you can walk around, travel around, experience the city and its surroundings. So that's why after 2 weeks in Lima, I decided to make this video so I can share my tips and my personal experience about living in Lima as a digital nomad, traveling around Lima, and what's the best thing to do if you are planning to come to Peru and spend more than just a few days in Lima, the capital of Peru, which is what most tourists do, just spend here a few days. But I have to share a bit more about Lima because it's not just an experience for a couple of days. You actually have so much more to do here. So that's why after staying here for 2 weeks, I have to say that Lima is surprising. I was very pleasantly surprised by what Lima has to offer. The thing is that the internet doesn't offer that much information at the moment. So this is end of March 2024. This is my last day in Lima. So when I booked this place, I thought that Lima should be just the perfect place to just stay for a while and do some work and chill and have all the amenities of a modern city, and internet and all that stuff. But I wasn't really sure about the safety. Like if you Google is Lima safe, now you're gonna get a bunch of answers, and the short answer is actually is extremely safe, but nobody's saying that. And my personal perspective is that locals tend to be very worried about travelers coming to Peru, and they want to be so friendly and nice, and they always want to warn you about the potential dangers that may come your way. But the reality is that Lima, well, more precisely the exact place where we are in Lima, is far more safe than a lot of places in this world. Now, Lima, first of all, Lima is a huge city. It has about 11 million people living here, so it's basically huge. Peru is huge as a country. A huge part of its population is concentrated here. However, Lima is divided in several districts, like a bunch of them, and some districts are definitely poorer, and a lot of people, locals, suggest you should not go there, walk there, but there are also on the coastline a bunch of districts, neighborhoods, but they kind of act like small cities within the city, although they are not official borders. Like you can walk and then at some point you realize you're in a different neighborhood, but they're kind of huge. And these neighborhoods on the coastline are very modern, very safe. Of course, they cater towards expats and travelers, and well, there is a wealthier class here, like middle class to upper class society class here in Peru, and those are the people who actually live here. And these places, let me tell you, they look pretty good. I mean, by all standards from all over the world, and I've been places, this place looks good. So we are staying in Miraflores. If you're gonna Google it, like where to stay in Lima, the answer is Miraflores. This is one of the neighborhoods that I was talking about. But next to Miraflores, there are other neighborhoods like San Isidro and Barranco, which are equally safe and basically walking distance from where we are right now. And you wouldn't tell unless there would be some sign or anything, and there are some signs actually. Also San Miguel is close by, and there are other neighborhoods, like even the center of Lima. If you Google it, they say not to walk around at night, and probably there are some places and certain streets around that you should not wander around, but I've been to the center of Lima and it's far more touristy than I expected it, and very safe, very walkable, and you can get there by public transport, which again is not as crazy as you would think according to the internet. So to keep this very short, Lima is extremely safe. I'm gonna write an entire blog post about where to stay in Lima, the best tips, how safe is it for digital nomads because it's very safe, and all that on my blog. So I'm gonna put that link in the description for that if you're more interested. Now, I want to address a few other things. So first of all, where to stay: Lima, Miraflores, Barranco, San Isidro, all very safe places, very nice. You're gonna thank me later, trust me, you're gonna want to move here. Now, what makes Lima a unique destination for travelers and digital nomads? First of all, it has all the amenities of a modern city. It's quite affordable. If you are coming from the US or from a lot of places in Europe, then you're gonna find Lima extremely affordable. And do know that this is quite a touristic place. So if you would go where like other locals live, the prices would go even lower. But even here, most of the places and restaurants are very affordable, even the higher end restaurants. Very affordable. You can, like yesterday, we ate at a very expensive restaurant by the standards, Peruvian standards here, and it was 35 euros per person, and I couldn't finish my food. So that was a very high-end restaurant, but usually you can eat for $5 a menu for lunch. What should you expect? First of all, don't be afraid. You can take walks around at any time, not just at day, at night, very safe. You can walk with your smartphone in your back pocket, like I always do, totally safe. I don't know if you should do it, like you should always take care where you are and watch your surroundings, and that's all on you, but I'm just saying what I did and what worked for me. Logistics to traveling, staying in Lima. Well, first of all, depending on where you're coming from, you might need a visa. However, a lot of countries do not need a visa. We don't need a visa, we are from Romania. There's a customs office where you enter the country. They're gonna ask you for how many days you're entering Peru, how many days you're staying here, what are you doing, stuff like that. Very basic stuff. They're gonna take a picture, they're gonna scan your passport, and that's it. The best modes of transportation within the city. First of all, you're going to spend a lot of time, if you're spending more time in Lima, you're going to spend a lot of time in your neighborhood, which is Miraflores, Barranco, San Isidro. You can walk around these neighborhoods because they're not that far away from each other. However, if you do need to use a mode of transport, you could always take an Uber. Ubers work here. You can pay with the card in the app. It's very safe, very okay. I had only pleasant experiences. You can also take local buses, but you need change for that and you pay to the driver. And also we took the Metropolitan bus from here, Miraflores, to the center of Lima, and that was kind of like their version of a metro because it's very fast and it has designated stops, because the other buses, like local buses, kind of stop when you signal them to stop. So for the Metropolitan bus, you enter like you would enter the metro, and you pay with the machine. Or if you don't want to pay like for the card, you can always have like a specific change for the ticket. It's like 3 soles 20 right now, March 2024, and you have that and you pay to somebody that has a car like a local, and they're gonna get you in. So that's my tip for you, but you can also buy your own card if you want to use the bus more. However, we only went once to the center, so that's what we did. Working in Lima. The internet is really good. We are staying in an apartment in Miraflores. It's a serviced apartment. There are a lot of buildings like this where you can book an apartment for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. The lady came to clean only once, but I think that's because we were mostly at home. The building has a gym, a small gym, but still has 2 swimming pools, one at the bottom at the ground floor, one at the top, 24. The internet is really good in our apartment. However, there are other places where you can go, like restaurants, cafes. I've seen digital nomads working from there. Very nice, very hyped, very hipster, very modern. Yeah, so basically, as a digital nomad, I would definitely recommend working from Lima. Cost of living, it really depends how much you should spend during a month in Lima. This apartment was $880 for 2 weeks, and I find it on the pricier side. However, there were cheaper options like $500 for 2 weeks. So that would be, it depends, because you might get a discount for staying longer, like for 1 month or longer. So you just have to check Booking, check Airbnb. They might have the same apartments on both platforms. You can also try to talk with the owner directly. However, I do recommend booking a bit in advance, especially during the high season. So yeah, basically I think out of the top of my head, I would say plan for a comfortable month about $1,500, so $1,500 for 1 month for a person. However, if you're a couple, it's gonna be cheaper. The accommodation, you're gonna afford a better accommodation. The cheaper ones did not have a pool and the swimming pool and a gym, but they're still in a very good area around here. And all the owners are very responsive for what I've seen, read in the reviews. Lifestyle and culture in Lima. You're gonna find a lot of food. You're gonna find that the Peruvians are very into cooking. This is like the national top hobby. Everybody is watching or listening to podcasts and watching videos about how to make food, how to cook. Cooks are highly appreciated here, like local personalities. If you look on the TV, you're gonna see cooking shows. All restaurants are highly rated here. It's really hard to find a restaurant that's not good around, because one of the first things that we actually read about on the internet and we were advised about when we first landed in Peru was try the food. The food is great. It's like a worldwide known thing that the food in Peru is absolutely fantastic, and the truth is that it's actually really, really good. A lot of dishes are meat-based, like pork or lamb or stuff like that, or beef. But I don't eat meat. However, I do eat fish and seafood. Luckily, Lima is by the coast. It's a coastal city. It has a huge coast by the Pacific Ocean. And there are a lot of options for seafood. Actually, they do have this tradition of fish restaurants. They're called cevicheria. Yeah, cevicheria. Ceviche is their famous food, staple food. It's basically an entree made out of raw fish, marinated in some spices. They have their unique way of doing it, and you can find this thing, the ceviche, basically everywhere you go. Even vegan restaurants, because there are vegan restaurants here and all kinds of restaurants. They have like versions of ceviche, different versions, so you'll find that at any restaurant, from the cheapest one to the most expensive one. So you should try ceviche, you should try their staple cocktail, pisco sour. I'm not gonna get into what it's like to taste all of these. These are actually really good. Remember, I'm not a foodie, I'm not a food blogger, food traveler, but even I enjoyed very, very much the food scene here in Peru. So wherever you go, well, of course, if you have a choice, just choose a restaurant with 4.5 rating on Google Maps or more, because we saw there are some restaurants that have like 3 point something, so that's kind of weird. But food, we tried like a bunch of restaurants, like random, and all were very, very good. One thing to note, many of the restaurants here have lunch menu from Monday to Friday from about 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. They have the menu, and The menu usually includes an entree and second course, and some restaurants even include a dessert and or a drink, and that menu would come up to about $4 or $5, so 15 to 20 soles, and it's really good and really filling, and you could probably not finish it if you're like me and don't need a lot usually. Otherwise, if you order from the menu, it will be a bit more expensive, but yeah, a lot of locals eat out for lunch because it's very cheap, very good, very fast. Yeah, this is the thing to do. Healthcare services, as always, I do recommend having travel insurance, health insurance when you're traveling. There are plenty of hospitals and clinics around if you need help. Looks very safe, very nice, very clean. Dental, everything, you will find it here. I mean, apparently Peru is also a good place for shopping. They have really cheap prices for clothing compared to other places. Like Eddie bought a pair of Levi's for like $40. It was also on discount. So if you want to buy stuff or you're traveling around South America and you want to buy like clothes, Peru is the place to do that. I found that it's very nice coming to Lima to work during the day when it gets really hot, and then explore either in the morning, early in the morning if you can get up, or later in the afternoon after 4 p.m. At 5, everybody goes to the coastline to watch the sunset. It's the most beautiful thing to do. You just can walk around. There's a beautiful walkway. The sunset is absolutely stunning. There's a mall on the coastline. There are so many things to do. Food, ice cream, everything you want. There are vendors on the street. You can buy food or ice cream from the vendors or water. It's very safe. I tried it. One thing to remember, however, it's not all roses. You cannot drink tap water in Peru, so you always have to buy your water. Like there are huge gallons of 8 liters, 10 liters. You can buy if you're staying in an apartment and you just have that in your kitchen. Everybody does that. So that's one downside, but it's very cheap and you just buy 1 gallon and then you refill your refillable water. So that's what we did. One thing to note about Lima is that it has this very weird climate. The thing that's gonna strike you is that Lima is affected by the Humboldt current, and this regulates the temperature in a very weird way, because this Humboldt current, it's water coming from Antarctica, it's cold water that helps maintain the cool sea surface temperature off the coast of Lima. So this cooling effect indulges the coastal climate, keeping temperatures relatively low and stable throughout the year, especially compared to other tropical regions, because Lima and Peru is in a tropical region, but however, it's in a desert. So because of this cold current, when it interacts with warmer air masses over the land, it creates a dense sea fog and low-lying clouds. So you're gonna wake up and you're gonna see really low clouds like between the buildings. Very scary. This phenomenon is known as garua, and it's particularly prevalent during winter months, June to September in Lima. However, I could definitely see it now in March, when it's the end of summer. The garua blankets the city, leading to overcast skies and high humidity level, although it rarely pours down as rain. Yes, as I said, Lima is a desert and it never rains here. It's extremely dry, like the ground. However, there's high humidity in the air. As you can see from my hair, you can never see my hair. Like, don't be scared when you're gonna see huge clouds over Lima, really low-lying clouds that cover even the top of the buildings, which are tall but not that tall. Yeah, it's just this weird thing that happens. It's scary at first. You're gonna have to Google it, but don't worry, you're gonna be just fine. However, one other thing that happens because they have this Humboldt current is that it also plays a crucial role in the marine ecosystem along the coast of Peru. So this is considered to be one of the most productive marine ecosystems in the world, supporting a rich diversity of marine life and abundant population of plankton, which is the foundation of the food chain. So this in turn supports a large fishing industry, particularly for species like anchovies, which are crucial for the global fish meal industry. So they have a lot of fish, hence the huge fish restaurants and fish-based dishes that they have here. The current's cooling effect on the climate, combined with its ecological significance, makes it a pivotal feature of Lima's natural and economic landscape. Its impact on the city's weather creates a unique climate that surprises many visitors, including us, who might expect warmer and sunnier conditions given Lima's tropical latitude. However, even if you see that it's cloudy outside, it's gonna feel really warm, especially during summer. Remember that we are in South America right now, so if you're from North America or from Europe, the seasons are reversed. So right now it's end of summer, end of March. The summer started in November, December. It's ending now and it's starting to get cooler now. So it will be winter soon, so you'll need a jacket. However, it will be kind of not really cold. They don't have any snow here. But because Lima is so close to the equator, the thing is that the sun is always right above you, like right on top of you. So it's gonna get super hot. And also the UV index is as higher as it will ever be on the face of Earth. So under no circumstance ever go out without sunscreen on your skin. It's crucial, trust me on this. I got burnt and I don't have the kind of skin that gets burnt, and I got burnt on my hands, on my arms, on my chest, and I think also my face somehow got affected. I have makeup on, but still, it's not a pleasant experience, so you always have to wear everything that you can. A cap, sunglasses, sunscreen, everywhere, and try to avoid the peak UV times, which are 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. for whatever reason. You will feel that your skin is on fire. You do not want that. That's why a lot of places that a lot of people are trying to keep out of the sun. You'll see people that are sleeping in the park during the day. It's so hot you can barely think, move, do anything. So a lot of people are very active in the morning, and also they get super active in the late afternoon after 4 p.m. So at sunset, if you're gonna go for a walk, the entire city is there. Anyway, that's it. It was a longer video than I expected, but I hope this is helpful. If you need more info, I will have it in my blog post. I'm gonna put a link in the description, and I'm gonna put there all my tips that did not fit in this video. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed and liked my video, if any of this was helpful for you and for your planning your trip to Peru, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know how your planning and trip went, and see you in my next video. Take care.